Okay, Tom, you ended up top 4 here at the Smaller Regionals with Batteryman. Very cool. Yeah, is there anything you want to say before we go to the deck list?
I think it's a pretty good deck right now, pretty good against Shadows. And the only match I lost is where I lost game 2 and 3 because I didn't have a single monster either game. Yeah, so I didn't do anything at all.
Against Noble Knights, right?
Yeah, it was against Noble Knights. Normally it's pretty good because you got the Monarch Storm fourth, and then it's just out for everything because it doesn't target.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, I'll get into the monsters. Triple Microcell. I think you should play 3 of this because you always want to open it, so going first is better if you play 3 of this. Because this is better than just opening 9 volt itself, because he just kills himself, and you probably search this or Charger, and then you set this, which means you're just a turn setback. So you need to play 3 of this. This is obviously the only thing that makes it consistent at all. I tested 2 of this once, but you really need a 3rd, actually.
Yeah, and summon you can search another Batteryman from
you can special one from the deck. This is a Fall Troll. You can summon it when you have 2 Batterymans, and you can tribute 1 and bounce a card on the field back to their hand, which is pretty relevant to open the games, the field up for games. Yeah. 2 of the boss monster. After this regional, I'm actually going to cut this to 1 because you only need 1, and you can search it anyway whenever you want. And it's like the second one is less useful, then it will be dead during all your rounds. So this is going to 1 most likely. Those were the Batterymans, and then 2 Thunder Seahorse. I know I only have 1 target, but it just gives the extra consistency it needs, because if you don't open either one of these, then you kind of do nothing like I did game 2 and 3.
Same with Stellar Knights, you need to open your searcher. Yeah, true. Okay.
And you can just normal summon it to beat sticks. Spells, triple duality for more consistency when going first to get your microcell. So yeah, and you can see your floodgates faster if you are in game 2 and 3. 3 of probably one of the best cards because
not too much.
There was 1 game against the Noble Knight where it was dead because I didn't have any monster at all, so yeah. But I can't really compare it because that never happened before in any game that I ever played, ever, with any deck actually. So, like, this card makes it so that you don't have a problem with any monster at all, because this doesn't target, so you can tribute Yamato, Leo, whatever. Noble Knights with all the equips. Triple battery charger. I don't think this is too much. I don't play the trap card because it's way harder to set up, and this is faster, and you can activate multiples. It doesn't have any restrictions. The 500 cost is hardly relevant, and it just gets everything going and gives you good top decks and backup plays. And then Dark Hole. I don't play Short Circuit because Short Circuit is kind of bad. Like, if you have 3 Batterymans, yeah, you're probably winning, and it just adds to like dead hands with strength, and Short Circuit is just not that good. Okay. Because you're probably winning already then. And for traps, triple trapstone, you have to play 3. I would play 4 or 5 if I could. 2 call, it's good because you can end phase, do it on 9 volt, and then you can search and then tribute your 9 volt for charger and get another 9 volt. So because 9 volts only once per turn. I played this because I wanted to block the attacks probably most of the time, because Shadow isn't really a problem matchup. Like, no monster is really a problem because of Monarch Storm 4, so you don't really need to play Breakthrough skill. So blocking the attacks was pretty relevant because I don't play too much defense. 2 time space trap roll. This should be Vanity's Emptiness, but nobody had the regional atoms for me to buy him or trade or lend, so I just played this. The life point cost is actually pretty relevant. Like, I had games against Noble Knights where these were dead because I just took all the damage already. So I would still play Vanities over this. Yeah, Warning, Torrential, just the staples. This is these are not really too good anymore, but they're good against Rogue and other stuff. And then Malevolent Catastrophe.
Right.
This was kind of like the 4th Trapstone, but it's not really too good. I'm probably going to cut it for something else, because I always side this out because you're practically always siding to floodgates, and this conflicts with floodgates. So that was the main deck.
Okay, so 40 cards, right?
Yep. Because I want the extra consistency of drawing the microcells. 2 Crow. This is good against actually the mirror because of Charger and Call, and then like Stellar Knights. I also sided 2 Maxis, which I didn't side at all today. Like, I didn't side this because I didn't play either of those decks, but this is almost good against nothing anymore. Like, I don't want to side this against Stellar Knights because they just stop and they just beat stick you or something. Like, it's not really that good anymore unless there's some rogue deck that comes up like, and against Mermail. This was fucking terrible. I drew 2 of these more than not, and I never got them on the field, so I'm not gonna cite these anymore. They just give you, yeah, it was pretty good against Exodia only. Like, they just clutter your hand with too many tributes and chargers, and it just sucks. 2 MST, you don't, like, I might bump this to 3 if I take the knockout out, right? Because like with already 3 Trapstones, your only problem is Light Mirror, so you can always conserve it. You don't need to blind MST at all. Soul Drain, because Soul Drain. Stygian Dirge is good against Abyss, Burning Abyss and Stellar Knights, but these might come out if it becomes more known and they start playing rank 2s and rank 3s. So yeah, gonna look for different sides for Stellar Knights and Burning Abyss, but this was pretty good, I guess. This is really good against Burning Abyss because I think Burning Abyss is one of the more difficult matchups, and this just blows them out, hitting their Skarm and maybe their Tour Guide afterwards. And it's good against like just the solitaire decks that play card D. And then double Shadow Mirror. I didn't want to play 3 because this seemed better against Burning Abyss, and Shuttle is already a good matchup, so yeah.
Okay.
That was a side for the extra. The extra isn't really too relevant. Like this deck is, you don't really need an extra at all for all your pushes. So
yeah, that's why it's so cheap.
Yeah, you could play without 101 and Exciton. I never made them today, so I didn't make it. Didn't make it. Made this once. Never made it. Made this once. Never made it. Never made it. Never made it. I summoned this once. Never made it. But it's pretty good against a mirror match because Charger and 9-volt gain attack boost. So this never made it. Never made it. And these are kind of relevant because they can either stun your opponent if you don't game, or they can force games through. I never summoned them today because it wasn't needed, but you definitely need to play at least 3. So yeah, that was the deck profile pretty much.
Yeah, it's definitely a deck for more budget players, right? Yep. You really don't need your extra. Okay. Yep. Okay, Tom, any last words?
Not really, it's a pretty good deck. Maybe you should try it out. You'll maybe like it. So, yeah, that was it.
Okay, Tom, thanks for the deck profile and congrats with your top 4 spot here at the smaller regionals.
Thank you.
Thank you.